There, my name is John Stevens, pastor of Zion Lutheran Church in Oregon City, Oregon, and we're part of the ELCA. And this is Dollar Store Children's Sermons, where we take a look at the lectionary texts and we tie them to an item from the dollar store. Today is for the fifth Sunday of Easter, and we're using the gospel text out of the Gospel of John, the 14th chapter. And this is where Jesus says, "Do not be afraid. Do not let your hearts be troubled. Believe in God, believe also in me. And in my Father's house there are many dwelling places, and I'm going to prepare a place for you." He's telling him that he's going to die, but he's going and he's going to come back. And of course Thomas says, "How do we know the way you're going? We don't know where you're going. How can we know the way?" And then one of the disciples says, "Show us the Father." And Jesus says, "If you've seen me, you've seen the Father." All this guidance texts, and Jesus saying, "I'm going to show you the way." And the item that I'm using, now there's two items that have come to mind, and actually a third one thanks to the website Sermons for Kids, and that's sermon, the number 4kids.com. Great site as well for children's sermons, and he suggests using a compass. And so you could go that route. I couldn't find a compass at the Dollar Tree. They had them there for a long time in some of their play sets, but I couldn't find one. But in October, I used an atlas, a map, and you could use the atlas to talk about that. You could go and do a search on my blog and find that one. But the item I'm using for this Sunday is an LED key light. It's an LED key flashlight where you take this apart and you put a key in there, and when you press the button, it turns on, as you can see. And so that way, the idea is you've got your key in there, and as you're trying to find either your house key, you're trying to find the house lock, and it's dark out, and so you use the LED key to help show you the way of the key. And so I'm going to use this to talk about how this reminds me that Jesus tells us that he is the way, and that we've been given the key. We've been given all the things we need to know in the sense of who loves us, who cares for us, what we need to do, which is nothing. We just trust in God. Even that, God still loves us before we can trust. But this key light, this idea that this helps us see what we need to do. So it's a springboard for this children's sermon. Still developing it, as you can tell, but using this in the sense that when I get home and I go to try to put the key in the lock and I can't see it, and I have a difficult time figuring out and seeing where I need to go and get the door open, the light helps me see where I need to go. And Jesus shows us the Father, shows us where we can see, and so there's that. So 3 items you could use. There's the atlas when you talk about directions and showing you the way, or a compass showing you the way that way. One idea of using a compass is, if you don't, not at the Dollar Tree, but if you go to a party supply store, you can get a bag of tiny compasses, and they don't work at all. But the idea is with these tiny compasses, you could actually give them to the kids and talk about that Jesus is our way and shows us that direction. So that would be a non-dollar store item that you could go, but it's like $12 for 100 of them. So if you wanted to give them out, I've used that item before and has given it out to the entire congregation. So anyway. Either the key light, which I think has possibilities to it, or the atlas, which I've talked about before in October, or the compass. So, all right, I hope you can use one of those, and thanks for stopping by, and I hope you have a blessed week.